What's up, guys? So today I wanted to go over Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I honestly think this film is looking awesome. And I wanted to cover it from an animation perspective, because a lot of people are criticizing it, saying that the animation looks choppy. It's not that it's necessarily choppy per se, it's just that there's very few in-betweens in the animation, which gives it that stylized look. One thing you can see is that there's also very little overlap going on. You can see this is most prominent in the scene where Miles almost gets hit by a car. When he lands, you get this contact pose, and then it goes into him, recovering from it. But it's very much, he hits a pose and he eases into it. It's very much snap-in to pose animation with very little overlap. You get some nice overlapping action with the string, the hoodie string, but once he hits that pose, he's really just easing into it. There's not a lot of overlap going on. And I know that can probably be jarring to a lot of people, but after you see the trailer, you kind of get used to the animation style. One of the things of also having this more stylized animation is that because there's limited in-betweens, every pose has to count, right? And this is, greatly shown in the Prowler fight that's shown, a little bit of it, where he's fighting the Prowler, and if you look, it takes about 5 frames for Spider-Man to get up from the ground, and then he just settles into that pose until he, goes into the next pose with the Prowler attacking. And if you really look at the posing of this Prowler fight, you notice that every single pose is clear, and it has to be clear because there's so little in-betweens going on. So they don't have time to, have a pose that's like, what's going on? Every single thing has to register with the audience to know what's going, to know what's happened, and then to know what is going to happen next. One thing I also thought was a nice touch was actually the use of smear frames. You see this in the first half where Spider-Man's fighting the Goblin. You have this nice, great about 3 smear frames of him hitting this container, and then he settles into it. There's also smear frames going on with the Prowler fight where he hits. You have this smear frame of his hand, and then you also have the smear frame where he gets hit by the Prowler, and then him hitting the wall. It's really great stuff. The last thing that is awesome about this film is going to be the onomatopoeia. It brings this great comic sense to the film. Everything from the car screeching, them showing that, to even the goblin bombs of them going boom. I think this is going to be a really fun film, and it's going to be a really great animation film to just really take notes on and see how they go from pose to pose, or how they even implement an action sequence. Another great scene in the trailer is actually when Spider-Man, is giving the web shooters to Miles Morales. Everything happens so fast of him giving the web shooters and him throwing off the balcony that you actually, if you play through it, is that they're holding frames so that it registers to the audience. They're holding, each frame for about two frames. Each pose for about 2 frames, and then going on to the next, some clear storytelling pose that it registers, and then they throw them off. And it's really great to see that. And the trailer is just filled with sequences of this really fast-paced action. Last note would probably be the ending of the trailer, is where they're web swinging and they stop themselves from falling by shooting up in the tree. And if you look at it, you have this anticipation, and then he just pops off screen, right? He's just completely gone. We shift over to a little bit of screen right, and we're looking at Miles as he slowly pops off as well, and the camera pans up. It's a really great shot. So that's something just to take from this trailer. I think the film is going to be good, and I'm excited to see it. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hope you leave a comment, like, subscribe, and until next time, guys, keep animating.